So we have a lot of options that students can do when they leave with a biology degree. And not everybody knows that when they get here, that a biology degree is not a training program, it is giving you lots of opportunity. So we do start with general biology, which some people take as general ed requirements, but other people take a non-majors biology, which still gives a breadth of information about the biological world. But our majors then go up in through what they're doing and taking cell biology and genetics, and then maybe anatomy and physiology, up into things like this lab behind me, which is immunology. So learning more and more about how the human body works and how the world works. So we start them out kind of covering a little bit of everything, and then they get to, there's some things they have to take and some things they get to choose to take. So they kind of tailor their path as they go, along with their advisor who helps them decide, you know, if you want to go to med school, you should probably be taking immunology, but if you want to go to grad school for environmental science or even ecology, biology degree can lead you definitely with ecology, and maybe you should take this ecology class instead of this other histology or something. So lots of structure, but also lots of room to grow and to decide what you want to do and to figure that out as you go. So we actually start them out in their first year, the second semester of general biology. They all do kind of small contained research projects to get everybody a taste of research. So even if all they do is take general biology for a year and then change their mind, they've had some science research. But then bookended on the other end is the spring of junior year, fall of senior year, they're actually doing a research project with a faculty mentor that they choose from the department. And so then they're designing a project with the faculty member or in conjunction with the faculty member's research, writing up proposals either over the summer or in the fall or sometimes both, actually doing the research. And then by the end of the fall semester, they've written a full paper that is publication quality. Doesn't always get published, but it is of the quality to be published. And they do a presentation in front of the school and family and friends. So they're actually getting the experience by the time they leave here of what you might be doing if you went on to do research or to get a graduate degree. And we feel really good about that our students get the experience to do research, to see what it looks like, the pitfalls, the troubleshooting, the successes, and to get to show what they've been able to accomplish, how they've been able to get through all of that and to put together a piece of information to present. And it's original work. We're not just saying, let's keep repeating the same experiment with student after student. It's work alongside the professors that are doing their own scholarship. And so we're not just repeating things, we're doing new things that people haven't done. And they may be very small projects, but small projects build up to a bigger story. And that's part of what you see in the research field outside of undergraduate. And so we want them to get a picture of that as well. So we've had students who just finished up projects down in the creek here looking at biodiversity. We have students looking at environmental and clinical types of bacterial strains. We have some students who are starting up a project looking at some fungal species, some potentially pathogenic fungal species, with of course lots of safety protocols, out in the environment. And also there's a project being put together looking at stress indicators, so kind of a physiology type of project. So depending on what the expertise is of the faculty member, we have different projects that students can plug into and see what their interest is. We have an internship course that we structure around the opportunity, and then they're able to get credit for hands-on in the field learning, which I think is really important, that we give them that benefit to their degree and have that on their degree, so when they go apply to the next job or the next graduate program or professional program, it's on there. It wasn't just shadowing, it was an actual internship where they had to meet certain goals. Pre-PT, she's now in a physical therapist assisting program now that she's graduated, and she got to work with a PT clinic near here in Lexington. And they just taught her so much and gave her so much experience. They didn't make her stand back and look. She actually got to interact with patients and kind of guide them along and explain things. And it just confirmed to her what she wanted to do. I had a student who was interning in Georgetown at the health department, was able to help with, because of her being bilingual, she was able to help do some translating for doctors with women who were getting prenatal care, but also just help set up doctor's appointments with individuals and get to see a diversity of people that you don't get when you're a patient going in, but you get from the other side of the desk, so to speak. And I think that's really confirmed to her that she does want to go into medicine. Maybe not pediatric or maybe not prenatal, but perhaps, and that gave her a perspective she never would have had in just sitting in the classroom. We have several double majors that have had really great experiences. They end up doing research with us in the biology department, but we try to tailor it around something that is equine related. So for instance, I've had one student that's about to graduate and one that's currently doing research and proposing it, looking at a particular microorganism that is of interest in the equine industry, but is also interesting in the veterinary world. And both of these students are pre-vet. And we often see that our pre-vet students are interested in Kentucky. They want to stay local, and the equine industry is a large part of that, the large animal veterinary care. But they also want the biological side of it, and that helps them prepare for vet school, but they also have specific experiences that they can get through our equine program that you wouldn't just get as a biology degree. And those work hand in hand really well, and we have conversations, again, small school, small number of faculty. We can pull together and say, what's best for these students? How can we get them both experiences without them having to stay an extra year or stressing out and not doing well? And they tend to go really well together. And I think that's a great, unique circumstance. You don't have to choose one over the other. You can be very specifically trained, but also broadly trained. And it does make our students more marketable and more confident when they go forward.